Hi again, Charles Norman from Professor Q Sports Solutions, www.professorqss.com. Now, in this video, I want to talk about the formula that we've created to ensure that a young athlete is going to be successful. And this, if you follow this formula, it's almost impossible for your child not to be able to be successful. And again, we defined success in the first video, which is basically that your child or the young athlete in your life has an opportunity to actually contribute on the field or the court in the outcome of the game. That they actually did something during the game and played enough time at crucial times in the game that they affected the outcome. It doesn't have to be a win, it could be a loss, but they know that they were part of what transpired. So that's our definition of success. So real quickly, let's go over what the formula is. And if you go to the website, I give you a longer version of exactly what you need to do. But I just want to go real quickly over the formula on these YouTube videos, and then the outside web sharing sites, so that you can go over to our website and get more information. So, and there's no particular order for these, but number one, your kid has to be able to play and get real playing time against better players. So what this means is that they are on a team that they fit on, that they can actually get a lot of playing time. You cannot get better playing sports unless you're actually in a competitive environment. And that doesn't mean that your child's on a team where the team's really great and they get to practice against really good players. That's not the same thing. You can't compare practice time with real game time. Just the intensity of the game, the speed of the game, and the fact that the other team really, really wants to defeat you is completely different. I don't care how good the players you're playing against. You can't get better unless you're doing it in a real game. So that's number one. Number two, they have to get quality training. You can't get away with only, maybe when they're younger you can get away with it a little bit, but you can't just have the coach that's coaching their team also be their trainer. They need to go and get quality training if you guys are serious about playing sports. So you need to be able to find a quality trainer, and the reason this is important is because a quality trainer will look at your kid as an individual and figure out what their athleticism level is and what they will be able to do in the future and start working towards those goals. If you use the coach from the team, what happens is that coach has its own philosophy, and they're going to gear the training towards what they want your child to do for their team, not what's best for the child. So it's a big mistake that a lot of parents make, and then by the time the child gets to high school, they're wondering why their kid can't play the position that they're actually sized for as they've grown up. So you need to make sure that you get a trainer that has the best interest of your child, and that doesn't mean the coach doesn't have the best interest of your child. It just means that the trainer is going to be even that much more important. And then number three, your child has to do homework. Okay, so that means they have to do their home workouts, is what I like to call it. You can't just go to games and go to practice and go to the trainer. I know it sounds like a lot, especially if you're the parent and you're working, and you've got all these other things to do, you've got other kids, all this stuff's going on in your life. The last thing you need is another chore. But really, when they get home, they need to start working out. And here's the most important part of that. They need to be working out correctly. They need to follow the advice that was given at the training, the advice that the coaches are telling them. The technique has to be correct, and that's why you're going to need some training aids to make sure they're doing things correctly. A lot of times parents and even coaches think of training aids as being sort of gimmicky, but really they're not. A great training aid, a quality training aid, is used to make sure that the technique is being done correctly, and it can help speed up and simulate game speed. So that's what you're trying to do. And then the bottom line for a training aid is additional reps. You know, they get more repetitions if they're using something that's automated that can get them more and more swings of the bat, shots, whatever it takes, and then make sure they're doing it correctly. So those are your three pieces of the puzzle. If you can do all three of those things, your kid is going to have a successful youth sports career. So, we'll do a bunch more of these videos, but remember, go over to the website, www.professorqss.com, and watch. You'll see articles. We give you great links to resources, everything you need, and it's absolutely free. And we also have an e-commerce site that's attached to that with some of the best sports training aids that you won't find in your local sporting goods store. So take a look at it, and we'll be talking to you later. Remember, as always, keep your kid in the game. Thanks a lot. We'll see you.